process its grief. The non-stop search for the missing continues.
You know, I've got 2 babies at home, and there's people out there that they're missing their children or their family members, so I feel like it's the least I could do to help.
As recovery efforts begin.
As I've said every time I've been before you, please pray for our community.
Tonight, people across the world have Texas on their minds. Statewide, the death toll from flash flooding stands at 78. Dozens more are missing tonight. Families have shared photos of victims who died, those who haven't yet been found, and those who survived. It includes Eloise Peck and Lila Bonner. They were best friends from Dallas, summer campers at Camp Mystic after just finishing the 2nd grade, both lost in the flood. The director of that camp, Dick Eastland, also died. He was trying to save campers, according to the Kerrville Daily Times. He was a father of 4. These are just some of the stories we will share tonight and in the coming days. The most devastating loss is in Kerr County. 68 people died there, 40 adults, 28 kids. We have gut-wrenching new pictures from after the water receded at Camp Mystic. That is that Christian summer camp for girls. It's right on the banks of the Guadalupe River. Bunks are scattered. There is mud all over the floors and the walls. 10 campers and 1 counselor are still missing tonight. Today, some returned to the camp. An Associated Press photographer was there as a young girl sobbed over what she saw. Aside from what happened in Kerr County Friday, 10 people died closer to Austin. In Travis, Burnett, Kendall, Tom Green, and Williamson counties, people were swept away by flash flooding on Saturday. Tonight, we have live team coverage from the hard questions about alerts and evacuations to the many lives lost. Our Chris Lawrence is leading our coverage from Kerrville. Chris, you arrived this evening. What did you feel when you caught your first glimpse?
Teresa, I think the first thing was that when it comes to these rivers, you can't take anything for granted, and that what may be true at any given moment may not stand. I want to give you a look behind me. You can see that tractor, overturned tractor there in the water behind me. We've also seen some flashes of light further out, which our search and rescue teams on the other side of the Guadalupe River. I did just speak with 2 state troopers who have been guarding some of the access points to get down here. They told me this section is higher than it was just a few hours ago, and they're monitoring it now as a precaution. I also want you to take a look at this. We did just get some new video from ABC News showing the Coast Guard conducting their search and rescue operations today. You know, they have been in the water and flying over the scene trying to locate any survivors. Now, these crews have access not only to thermal but night vision cameras, which not only allows them to identify any possible movement from the air, it also allows them to work around the clock.
Of course, we're a lot more productive during the day, but we search at night, and we're seeing some really good results, which is good. But bad news is you will see the death toll rise today and tomorrow.
Look, we know some families are praying for the best, that a loved one will still be found alive, and at the same time, based on the number of bodies that were recovered or identified today, on one level, we are bracing for the worst. As the search continues, there are mounting questions over what, if anything, might have given residents or campers more warning. And right now, officials are trying to determine if there was a gap in communication, and if so, where.
There can be all kinds of alert systems that are sent, and we know that some were sent, some general messaging was sent early, some urgent warnings were sent at various times, but just sending the message is not the same as receiving the message, having a plan to do something when you receive the message, and then the ability to implement that plan.
Yeah, obviously that's a thread we will continue to follow up on in the days to come. You know, speaking of, just to get some context on what's happening here, my colleague Joe Puneker has been here for the past few days. You've been reporting on the scene. Give us a sense of what changed today.
So we used to have access along Guadalupe River, Highway 39. Now it is controlled entry. So only residents, only first responders. I think what they were realizing is that it was taking first responders way too long to actually get to these emergencies. And that's the sad reality of these things, because this is still an active search and rescue, and it is a fluid situation.